And it was really comfortable having a video interview. I didn't even have to polish my shoes, and at one point I was super surprised when they asked me what I'm wearing for the bottom, and I was like, I thought that was funny. Hi, and I'm Evan from South Korea, and I'm now living in Melbourne. And this time, for this video, I will try and talk only in English. And I hope you have a relaxed time with with this that I call in English. Thank you. So I just finished recording for the Qatar Airways video interview, and I got this mail. I got the link for this interview 2 days ago, and they gave me almost 4 days to complete the interview. It was about it took me about 20 minutes from beginning to the end, and there were 5 questions, and I had about 2 minutes each to answer. And here it goes. The first one, they give you the preparation time for about 30 seconds or a minute. And the first one's, it's about 3 roles the cabin crew needs to have, and I talked about first. And for the first one, the smile and the responsibility and listening skills, because we all will be working as a team. And the second one, and this phrase wasn't familiar with me, but I kept on. It was about tell me about the time when you went out of your way to meet customers' needs. I wasn't really sure, but I said, oh, I understand it means the time that I exceeded the customer's expectations. And I talked about my experience when I had a client with hearing aids who came to get a haircut, and how helpful I was, how understanding I was. And of course I was pretty nervous. I made some weird remarks. And yeah, that was the second one. And the third one was about your team not working well. What did you do? So you were in a team, but I gave them an example, the story. I made it up, and there I talked about 2 of my colleagues started to argue in front of the customers. So I said it didn't look that professional, so I had to separate them, and I would listen to each of them separately, and I will try to understand how the situation went down. And that's what I said for the video. And the fourth one was about how you communicate under pressure. For this one, I talked about my experience when I had someone who was too loud to express his opinions about the certain people who had a certain job. And I described the situation. I looked around and I saw my colleagues and clients, and I started to think they might feel uncomfortable hearing our conversations, because it's the topics we were discussing. It's too heavy, too personal, it could be anything. So I said that's where I learned, as a servicing professional, it's important to keep that steady flow with a steady flow of conversation with my clients. But it is also important to stay neutral, to stay away from those heavy topics. Those topics would be about religions or politics, or the things that are too personal. And now I say it, I feel I'm comfortable saying like all these stuff, but during the recording I get too nervous, and it was like a worse situation. I told them that I was feeling pretty nervous, which is not professional at all. Like if I become a cabin crew, I'll be working in an environment that I have to show myself to a lot of people, to a lot of passengers, and it will take a lot of responsibility and all that, to not be nervous, to not be freaked out. But I said that, so don't say that you're nervous at the interview, for the cabin crew at least. That's my opinion. And that's how so I described at the time the difficult time that I had to communicate under pressure at work. That's what I did. And for the last one, they give you the preparation time, and the question goes, you have 2 minutes to add comments you may have. So it's about like anything you want to. So I was so grateful, because like till then I don't know what I said. I didn't organize my speech well, and so that was the time when I said, oh, this is the last chance. Thank you so much for giving me this last chance for this interview, actually. And I said, and I want to show you how eager I am to be the member of your company, to be the flight attendant. And I talked about like my exceptional interpersonal skills, and how positive I am, and all the sugar talk of me. That's what I did. And it was weird, it was like going to the end of like in 30 seconds. Then I said, oh, I didn't even get to introduce myself. My name is Kwang Ho from South Korea, and now I'm living in Melbourne. And the reason is because I love meeting new people and interact with them, with the people all around the world. And that is what I said. And I still have that, still sweating after that. So I hope you organize well before doing the interview. But it is hard. Yeah, you just because once you start to organize your speech, it never ends. You can't make that like a perfect speech for the interview while you are trying to give them a pleasant expression, pleasant appearance as well. Like you have to be smiling. So I just went with it. I just pressed the start button, and there I went. That mumbled, or is it like talking without thinking, those kind of talk. That's what I did, and I will surely let you know that how my interview went, of course. And thank you for watching, and I hope you all the best. Thank you.